Hello everybody, my name is Big Citrus and let's get into it. This was probably the first video that I ever wanted to make when I first started my channel on YouTube. I didn't necessarily know exactly how to cover it because there's so many angles and viewpoints to be taken, and I feel like I was going to underperform. I've been debating back and forth whether or not I should even try to challenge this topic, but here we are. And you know what they say? Every journey begins with a single step. Welcome everybody to this video, and I guess this will probably be the start of a brand new recurring series on this channel. Why is blank game a gaming masterpiece? Borderlands 2 is probably overall my favorite game of all time, but I'm not quite sure I have ever felt a special connection to a game like I have with Black Ops 3 Zombies, at least the multiplayer game anyways. Call of Duty, Activision Blizzard, and more specifically Treyarch are not having an annual Call of Duty release for the first time in over 20 years. Meaning we probably won't be getting any actual COD Zombies content that is new until 2024. So I feel like it's a good time to go back and look at the greatest Zombies experience and one of the greatest gaming experiences to ever have been offered. Now, I know some of the people who clicked on this video are immediately here to dislike and just leave, and I totally understand that. A lot of you probably haven't played Black Ops 3 Zombies. Almost every single person I know who has actually played through Black Ops 3 Zombies says it is one of their favorite gaming experiences of all time. Maybe it was Shadows of Evil, the launch map, and the new gameplay mechanics and the weird squid tentacle things that turned you off, but for those of you who are like that, I'm here to show you that you missed out on a lot. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, click all my links in the description, yada 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 yada. With every single video on this channel, I have a goal in my mind. Some videos are just to entertain, but this one is to inform and truly marvel at, honestly, such a cohesive, entertaining, thoughtful, and just insanely creative experience in gaming that I honestly don't think we'll ever see again. Black Ops 3 Zombies was so good that it set an impossibly high standard for the rest of the Call of Duty franchise to maintain, and it never really has. So, without further ado, it's time to talk about Black Ops 3 Zombies. Now, some people might be saying who are massive fans of this game, wait, why just Black Ops 3 Zombies? What about Black Ops 3 as a whole? Well, I actually agree with you. I actually really love a lot of Black Ops 3. I actually did really like the chaotic multiplayer that kind of felt like a mashup between Titanfall and Overwatch, which sounds too hectic to even be able to play, and yeah, that's kind of how it was. It was a lot all at once, and I think that turned some people off, but I liked it. It was fun. The campaign, while not amazing like Black Ops 1 or Black Ops 2, was at least interesting enough to the point where I appreciate it for being experimental. Also, I spent a lot of time with the free run mode in Black Ops 3. Does anyone remember free run? Good times. But the zombies is definitely what Black Ops 3 is mostly known for. Look at the ever-loving, mother-loving fuck ton of DLC sold for this game. I'm not even joking. I wouldn't be surprised if they've made more off of DLC for Black Ops 3 than they have like Call of Duty Vanguard as a whole. I promise not all of this video is going to be me shitting all over other Call of Duty titles and how the zombies in them is inferior to Black Ops 3, but yeah, that's going to come up a lot. So for those of you who are somehow unfamiliar with Call of Duty Zombies, let me give a brief explanation. Essentially, back in the good old days of Call of Duty World at War and Call of Duty Black Ops 1 for the most part, you would start off with a pistol that basically did no damage, your knife and some grenades, and you're expected to take that against a horde of zombies that come faster and stronger with each approaching wave, and, traverse through the maps in the game, unlock new areas, new traps, and get new weapons from the mystery box and upgrade them, and even get some perks to help you along your way. You're always trying to progress and become stronger as the zombies progress and become stronger to make it to the highest of rounds. That's how zombies started, at least, but with Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3, it really felt like the story had overtaken a lot of the gameplay, and trust me, this was actually a good thing, and I will stand by that statement. There were so many side objectives and quests to complete that really fleshed out the gameplay and these amazing things called Easter eggs. And if you know about zombies at all, I'm sure you've heard of them. Going for high rounds solo or with friends and trying to see how long you can last with what you have is such an integral part of zombies, and Black Ops 3 Zombies blended this with the new quest mode, story mode style perfectly. You cannot talk about Black Ops 3 Zombies without really talking about other Treyarch titles and other zombies games in general, because Black Ops 3 Zombies is what every other Call of Duty Zombies mode is trying to be. Now I hear some people saying who are elitist, what about Black Ops 2 Zombies? Look at the map roster on that game and, you know, the gun selection and the gameplay mechanics and the overall style. Yes, Black Ops 2 is very good, but it is really missing something that takes it to a next level. It's a consistently great experience, but nothing spectacular in my opinion. So, what makes Black Ops 3 Zombies so fantastic? Should we start with the story? Oh god, the story. We could be here for like what, 18 hours probably. I could probably make a 20-hour video on the story alone, but no, I'm good. So what, the gameplay, the mechanics, I mean, yeah, I think those are important, but I want to save those for a sec. So what, maybe the characters? I mean, yeah, I love the characters in every single one of these zombies maps, but the weapons, I mean, yes, those are great too. I actually want to start somewhere a little weird for one of these videos, and that is with the design and interface and just the overall look and aesthetic of this game. Trust me, this is important. Black Ops 3 is one of the few games that I can load up after almost 10 years and it looks incredible. Like, you look at the devs and say, oh my god, with some of the lighting and the beautiful scenery, they really put their whole Treyarch into this game. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, but seriously, a lot of games are graphically realistic and very graphically amazing, but not that many games are graphically beautiful and designed very well. Lighting and shadows are everything, and this game uses atmosphere to its effect at the absolute highest potential. Almost everywhere you go in one of these zombies maps, it is a spectacle, it is iconic. You look at Black Ops 4 and Cold War Zombies and it's just meh. Something is gone, there's no pizzazz. Black Ops 3 Zombies understood the importance of presentation. Also, the interface in this game is just fantastic. It is a very simple and clean HUD and everything, and you do not know how important that is to a zombies game where you're constantly having to look at things on your HUD. Black Ops 4 Zombies infamously launched with this piece of shit HUD, and I don't think anyone's forgiven Treyarch ever since. If you talk to a diehard Zombies fan about Black Ops 4, still to this day, one of the first things they will bring up is the terrible HUD, and I can't blame them really. But yeah, all of these things are super important. Every zombies map feels like it has a unique atmosphere from it. Gorod Krovi has this hectic, chaotic, war-torn, fire and brimstone atmosphere, while something like Zetsubou no Shima is a little more dark and mysterious and gloomy. It makes you feel truly isolated. Every map in this game is unique, and there's like 20 fucking maps on this game. Legit, another great thing about this game is the value. If you want to buy the Zombies Chronicles edition, you have almost every zombies map ever made, at least the ones that matter in my opinion, on one disc. Or do people still buy games on disc? You get what I'm saying. That is a big deal. I talked about my Borderlands 2 video, how the Handsome Collection is a great value. You can usually pick it up for 20 bucks and get 2 great, amazing games with tons of DLC that really matters. Yeah, this is the same thing for Black Ops 3 Zombies Chronicles. So with that out of the way, I guess I should maybe talk about the gameplay mechanics and the maps. Look, if we're being honest, is the COD Zombies gameplay that complicated? You shoot and stab to get points to open up doors, and you can get stronger guns and you can upgrade them, and there are quests you can do on a decent portion of the maps, and they have you do some cryptic puzzle solving, and you know, there are special items and grenades and specialist abilities you can get. But the overall core gameplay is still incredibly simple. Black Ops 3 added sliding, which, people were bitching about sliding when Black Ops 3 first came out and complaining about the exo movement, but I think we all know that Zombies is much better with it than without it. Black Ops 3 feels fast, fluid, and not clunky at all. Cold War Zombies also felt pretty fast and fluid, but I don't know, just it didn't feel as good as Black Ops 3 in my opinion. You can't really get into the gameplay without talking about the maps. Black Ops 3 offers 5, okay, debatably 4 completely original zombies maps. I would say that all 5 of these maps range from pretty good to perfection. It also helps that this game had the wonderful addition later on in its lifespan of Zombies Chronicles. Two absolute classics from Black Ops 1 and Shangri-La, and the all-time maybe best Zombies map, at least top 3, Origins. This game is fucking stacked. I would not gonna go into each map individually, but I will briefly talk about the excellence and some flaws of some maps. The brilliance of this game is how every single map, at least the ones that were made for it, intertwine with one another. Shadows of Evil is your introduction to this brand new crazy game. I remember when I first played it at my friend's house, and I thought it was honestly the hardest thing I have ever experienced in a video game. Even just trying to upgrade Pack-a-Punch was horrible. And I think Shadows of Evil having this complicated process where you turn into a fucking octopus and like grapple on the walls and shock things and do satanic rituals maybe turned some people off because they were a little bit confused. But if you were one of the brave souls who managed to push on through this, you were rewarded with probably the best experience on a zombies game. Shadows of Evil is this beautiful, deep, dark, and twisted city with these 4 characters who are basically stuck in purgatory trying to pay for their sins for the horrible people they are by helping an even more devilish figure known as the Shadow Man. I'll get into the storyline a bit later, but if you know anything about the zombie storyline, you know how little you actually know, if that made any lick of sense. It's a complicated experience, but yet simple at the same time. Once you actually get set up and go through all the quest processes on this map and do all the intricate, mysterious stuff, you have an experience which is laid out for you perfectly. The map flows well, looks incredible, there's Margwa tentacle monsters that are really fun to fight, but also very fucking scary. You have an alien gun you stick your hand inside of and it shoots black holes. It's a great time. Every single map has a quest on it, which I think is one of the brilliant things about Black Ops 3. There are Easter eggs that tie into one another that really feel special, because Black Ops 3 actually follows a very connected story. Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2, it really felt like you had to dig for what the story was. Black Ops 3, it is laid out in front of you in each map. Some people say that the storyline hijacks the maps in these games, but I think that is actually a good thing. I legit play Black Ops 3 the most because there is the most to do on it, and I love the story of this game. Shadows of Evil is fantastic, and of course there's the remaster of Doris, which is the giant. Doris, if you've ever played it and you know anything about zombies, is, you know, an all-time classic zombies map. It is the casual zombies community, probably like their favorite map, if not like Keynote or Totem. The Giant is a remaster of this that builds on it with beautiful design, and the new Black Ops 3 mechanics, which really add something to the map, making it feel more complex. Gobblegums change everything, and oh, Gobblegums. Yeah, I think it's time to briefly talk about Gobblegums before we get into the rest of the maps. Okay, so not even joking, Gobblegums are like 30% of the reason I think Black Ops 3 is so great. A lot of people say the Black Ops 3 Easter eggs feel dependent on Gobblegums, and some of the boss fights feel like you have to have Gobblegums and bring them into it, and without them, they feel a little too hard unless you are a professional zombies player. This is the point. Gobblegums are basically consumable items that can do a bunch of unique things. They can spawn power-ups like fire sails, nukes, or death machines. They can pause zombies' movement when you look at them. They can blow up all zombies in a radius and turn them into crawlers. You can have an electric knife that electrocutes every zombie in your path. You could have a thing that gives you every single perk. The second you pop it, you can have a thing. You pop a Gobblegum, and anyone near you will just be automatically revived if they go down, and then when they come back, they will keep all their perks. Ugh. And then there's some trash Gobblegums that, you know, kill zombies when you repair a window next to them. Not all Gobblegums are created equal. These are optional things that you can get through basically just playing the game. There is an RNG factor on how you get them, but like it's 2022. I really don't think the Liquid Divinium Dr. Monty's factory was that bad. Gobblegums can vastly change your experience. On a simple map like the remastered Nocturne Totem, it all of a sudden becomes this weird power fest where you have a power vacuum Gobblegum which spawns like fucking every power up in the game game every time you kill a zombie, and you're suddenly just breezing through rounds and zombies cannot even touch you as you are spamming nukes and death machines and insta-kills up the butt. Some Gobblegums are completely overpowered and completely trivialize certain gameplay Easter egg steps and just, you know, the game in general, but that's the point. You don't have to play like that if you don't want to. There is no shame in playing with OP Gobblegums or without. You could have a completely bare bones experience where it's just you and your gun skill and whatever perks you can get pretty much and your specialist. But if you want to have some added fun and some weird quirky bonuses and buffs that completely change how you interact with the game, go ahead. Black Ops 3 is incredibly complicated, so having some Gobblegums to get you through that is really helpful. I remember when Black Ops 3 first came out and I first looked at the Gobblegum machine and the Gobblegums in the game and I was like, I probably won't use these that often. Boy, was I mistaken. They changed Gobblegums to these little pieces of shit called elixirs in Black Ops 4. Like, how Gobblegums work is you can get one every round, and then you have it, you have the charges of it. If it's just a one charge, it's a one-time thing, you pop it and it's gone, and then you can go get a new one, and you can get a new one whenever you want. In Black Ops 4, they were like, okay, what if you could only have 4 Gobblegums instead of 5 in a slot, right? And you had them from the start of the match, and you just could pop them at any time, and the charges of them would depend on how many of them you had. And get this, when you use one, you will have like a fucking 5-hour timer on when you get to use the next one. Limiting how you could use Gobblegums completely ruined the experience of Black Ops 4 for me. Okay, that wasn't the only thing that was bad about it, but that was one of the main things. I don't mess with my little Gobblegums. Oh yeah, anyways, back to the maps. We got our first real piece of DLC for Black Ops 3 Zombies in Der Eisendrache. Or, you know, just say Der Eisendrache. No one's gonna judge you if you don't pronounce it all fancy like. Der Eisendrache is considered a perfect zombies map. It has little flaws, and the flaws it does have are just like, who gives a shit? I could sit here and say, well, I don't like how you have to repeat the same step twice in the Easter egg. The step isn't a bad step necessarily, and it's kind of fun and unique. It's a very casual zombies experience mixed with the complexity of Black Ops 3. If you want to just go on this map and turn on the power and touch 2 things and get pack-a-punch and, you know, run around with your strong guns in this very easy to navigate area, yeah. It's very easy to do that. Or if you want to do this badass, super cool Easter egg where you build 4 elemental staffs and you traverse the snowy castle and misty mountain and go back in fucking time and then fight a giant red demon keeper boss fight with panzer soldats coming at you and then you blow up the fucking moon at the end. Yeah, you can do that too. Oh, it's a great time. Der Eisendrache has an amazing atmosphere like every Black Ops 3 map does. It's a fun map, there's great wonder weapons on it, it's a great design, it's a medieval castle, there's a rocket on it, it's easy to go with that. There's an underground area where you can like low gravity and wall run. It's so good. And then we get to Zetsubou no Shima. Alright, look, I have never really liked Zetsubou no Shima. I acknowledge that it is quote-unquote one of the most underrated maps in Zombies history. But like, come on, it's still the worst map on the Black Ops 3 engine. Zetsubou no Shima is a desolate swamp map where you basically have to like water some plants and use water to turn on the power, and there are like little AIDS spores that'll infect you and maybe make a giant tentacle monster zombie that slaps you and eats you. It's a vor thing. The wonder weapon is just a worse version of a wonder weapon from a previous map. The map is green and gray and looks like shit. And you run around and you get spiders shitting on you, and like you get like the water. It's muddy. It's a gloomy swamp. But it does have the fucking spider boss fight. Holy shit. Okay, I didn't really talk about the boss fight to Der Eisendrache, which boss fights are a neat little thing that are introduced at the end of Easter eggs and quests that are absolutely fantastical. They're kind of like World of Warcraft style raid bosses where they have specific attacks you need to learn and dodge and prepare for and counter. The Der Eisendrache Keeper is pretty simple. He has a blue lightning attack, he shoots some skulls at you, he spawns strong enemies like Panzer Soldats, he makes magma come out of the ground, and you have to do damage to him when he tries to use his big attack on you. It's not super complicated. But in Zombies, it feels so hectic with everything coming at you and having to like micromanage your ammo and shit. It's fun. Zetsubou no Shima has you fight a giant spider who shoots more spiders at you. It's very simple, But for Black Ops 3 Zombies, this felt so refreshing and unique and was by far one of the best additions to this game. Despite its many problems, I still cannot say that I hate Zetsubou no Shima. It is my least favorite of the original maps on this game by a decent margin, but there are still tons of really great things on it, especially in comparison to other later Zombies maps. The Tokyo boss fight, quote-unquote, at the end of the Zetsubou Easter egg is not super complicated and is quite easy. You don't really interact too much with the boss, it mainly just stands still and you have to, like, you know, wait for weak points to shoot at it, and you just have to go through waves of thrashers, which are very strong, but hey, I still like it. We'll talk about Gorod Krovi later, but I figured I would just quickly get the boss fight out of the way. A lot of people say that the Dragon and the Nikolai boss fights are the best in the series of zombies, and I could see where they're coming from. There are a lot of ways to trivialize the boss fights with Gobblegums and certain weapons, and the Nikolai and the Dragon boss fight probably get it the worst. But I still think the concept of getting to fight this dragon and having to shoot its weak point as it's breathing on fire at you and flying around is awesome, as well as getting to fight Nikolai in a giant mech suit while he is shooting balls of death at you and manglers are chasing you. I'll admit the COD Zombies boss fights are not anything revolutionary for gaming as a whole, but you just gotta play them on zombies. It just feels so different. There's some sort of charm to them that I haven't really seen replicated in many video game boss fights. One of the worst things I could say about Black Ops 3 Zombies as a whole is that a lot of people never got to experience these cool boss fights because they had to do the Easter egg. The Eisen Easter egg is fun and pretty fucking simple. Zetsubou's no Shima Easter egg makes no sense, it is complicated, and makes me want to die. If you want to get high rounds on Black Ops 3, you can usually just double pack a punch your weapon, which, oh yeah, they had a double pack in this game. Basically, you get a cool random particle buff effect to your weapon that is basically insta-kill. It just does some sort of cool attack. It can trigger every once in a while, and yeah, it's insta-kill up to round, whatever round you want to get, 255 million, whatever. Zetsubou no Shima, you really do, like, need the Wonder Weapon for the Thrashers, which are the big green boys I mentioned earlier, and getting the Wonder Weapon is basically doing the entire Easter egg. And who wants to do that? It has some really cool stuff on it, like hallucinations that tie into all the horrors that happened at this island, which I wish they experimented more with. It has such a creepy and sinister vibe to it that I do really like. Also, I guess I can appreciate the traps on this map. Traps are a huge part of Zombies, always has been, that makes you feel intertwined in the maps. And I feel like a lot of the traps on Black Ops 3 are just creative, and I like them, especially on Gorod Krovi. Oh yeah! Gorod Krovi by some Zombies fans is considered a good map, and by other fans is considered a masterpiece. Look, you're at the stall of Fallengrad, and then there's dragons. Do you need me to tell you more? I love the weapon selection on this map. Crossbows, a huge rocket launcher, the PPSH, and the FAMAS. Oh, all great weapons. Of course, the Reagan Mark III is dope. The Easter egg is basically you just trying to prove your worth to one of the main characters, Maxis's fancy, sexy robot secretary, so you can help a drunken man in a mech kill a dragon. And then said drunken man, who actually is you in an alternate universe, tries to kill you. It's great. Gorod Krovi is definitely one of the more simple maps, but it's so, like, tight and claustrophobic in some areas, and the manglers and the Valkyrie robots will fuck your shit up. It is a tough experience, but also you get to ride dragons, and the specialist weapon is you get to hash a baby dragon, and it becomes like a thing on your fist. It's a gauntlet. It's great. I don't know if it's starting to sink in how different all of these experiences are. I feel like with everything that I have described, you have a different experience, which is one of the beauties of Black Ops 3. All of these Easter eggs intertwine with the story, which I'll get into in a bit, and it ends with Revelations, the last original map for this game. Revelations is a collage of Zombies history. It's a great experience. The biggest criticism against Revelations is that it's unoriginal and it's not a new map. What? I'm sorry, taking parts of other maps and perfectly intertwining them to be one great continuous experience was a great idea. Keto der Toten leads down into the depths of Der Eisendrak. The main centerpiece of the map that you teleport back and forth to is Nocturne Toten, the first Zombies map. You take the Mound of Origins, and that leads you through a section that is similar to Buried into the depths of the Mob of the Dead Alcatraz prison. Like, how do you not like this? The main Pack-a-Punch area is a place where you get to go inside a giant apothecant elder god. Yeah, this map isn't cool at all. People are like, it's not a new map, but it's the connections that make this map unique. People also say this map is way too easy. My answer to that is Buried. Everyone says Buried is a masterpiece, and that map is the easiest zombies map of all time. Also, Revelations Skybox is the prettiest thing I have ever seen in gaming. Revelations Easter egg is insanely complicated, with you having to shoot random skulls and rocks to like harness a soul keeper and then a soul robot Sophia. You get, I don't know. And then you play uplink for multiplayer with the summoning key. It's weird, but I like it. Revelations is what I like to call the love letter to zombies and the zombies fans. It is a fan service map done perfectly well. The ending, while a bit of a bittersweet disappointment, perfectly ties into how the narrative of Black Ops 3 is. So with all those unique experiences and of course all the remasters of previous maps under your belt, you really have so much content on this game and all of it feels different from one another. But the biggest thing Black Ops 3 Zombies does is putting a focal point on the complicated story of Black Ops Zombies. I'm not even going to begin to describe to you the Call of Duty Zombie storyline. There are about 14 college level courses you could take, and you would probably still forget who certain characters are. There's just a lot. But I'll briefly describe the plot of Black Ops 3. Basically, you are an alternate version of the 4 main characters from the previous games who basically blew up the Earth and basically got the world ended. The little girl who basically controlled everything, look, if you don't understand the Black Ops 3 Zombies, just go along with this, reset the Earth and found an alternate dimension before the bad times for our 4 characters and the end of the world, and had them form a sacred pact to go on a journey and collect the souls of Ultimus and purify them, making sure that the events of the previous game never happen and everyone can be happy and we can create a perfect world. Right? I mentioned that Shadow Man dude earlier. He basically is part of one alien force that wants the world to be corrupted versus the Keepers, led by Dr. Monty, a very sinister figure who appears to have good intentions, who wants to create said perfect world I mentioned earlier. You have to go through each one of the maps. Shadows of Evil, you just get the summoning key, which, you know, collects the souls and everything, but on every other map, including the Giant, you are collecting the soul of your past self. It's really great under Eisen, Gorod, Krovi, and Zetsubou specifically, where the end cutscene, where it is the premise characters killing their form as Ultimus versions. Each cutscene with our 4 main characters plays out differently. The new, more common, collected, but still kind of crazy Richtofen meets his old, more brash, cocky, and just batshit insane self, and just isn't impressed and doesn't even try to have a conversation with him despite the mutual admiration and shoots him in the head. Dempsey's ending in Eisen is very somber, with him calmly following orders and executing the target. Zetsubou no Shima is a complete redefinition of the Takio character. The blind loyalty to the Emperor and the once good soldier samurai is completely destroyed when he finds out that not even his past self was granted satisfaction or any sort of loyalty from the man, the Emperor, he had worshipped his entire life, and ends up committing seppuku in a beautiful yet depressing scene. Gorod Krovi is much more brash and abrasive like the character Nikolai himself, and you learn the true origin of Nikolai's alcoholism and delusions about having like 72 wives. It was all an escape and a replacement for the fact that his one true love died when the bombs fell. Some things are forgotten for a reason, and yeah, they're all dead and they get sent to Revelations. At the ending of Revelations, it is a bittersweet cycle. Premise take blood from 2 inmate prisons in Alcatraz from another universe to like make themselves safe. Okay, trust me, it makes sense if you know the lore. To basically prevent themselves from being wiped out of existence when Dr. Monty does basically the Thanos snap after you kill the Shadow Man. But it turns out that they didn't go away because of the blood they had. And in the end, Dr. Monty sends them back to where they started so the cycle could be continued and the perfect world can prevail once again. It's a bittersweet ending, but there's an entire looming despair over the Black Ops 3 storyline. Every character knows that this is their end, and they're doing it for the betterment of the universe, but that's about it. People hated the Black Ops 3 ending when it first happened, but now I find it weirdly fitting. There is so much deep lore with each individual character, each individual map, each individual location on every single map, that makes you feel like this is such a huge universe, because it is. Look into it for yourself. it's a great time. The story and narrative intertwines with the maps perfectly. Without the story and narrative, Black Ops 3 Zombies would not be what it is. Might I mention the soundtrack in all of these games is phenomenal. Not just the Easter egg zombie songs, which are the heavy metal songs made by Kevin Sherwood and Elena Sigmund usually, which are fantastic. Also, Treyarch, please put the entire Black Ops 3 Zombie soundtrack, including DLC, on Spotify, thanks. Black Ops 3 Zombies has little wrong with it, honestly. If I could say anything, it's probably that sometimes the game feels too easy with the double pack-a-punch effects, the wonder weapons, and the gobblegum, but you can just play without those things and challenge yourself, and it's no longer an issue. Black Ops 3 Zombies is the definition of a everlasting experience. It still holds up after all this time. Black Ops 4 Zombies went more in the route of what the hardcore fans probably wanted, but forgot to appease the casual fans and kind of just made a mess of both communities, and no one really seemed to like Black Ops 4 Zombies. Of course, we look back on Black Ops 4 Zombies now and realize, yeah, it had some pretty great maps and moments on it, but nothing that was as consistently, thoroughly just beautiful as Black Ops 3. Cold War Zombies came out, and while everyone really liked it at first, it was just because the Cold War Zombies engine and the gameplay felt really fun and fresh and exciting, and a new way to play zombies, and the maps and the storyline did not hold up on Cold War Zombies. Black Ops 3 Zombies was a consistently perfect dynamic experience that has yet to be matched in like any video game I've seen. The worst thing I can say about Black Ops 3 Zombies is that there wasn't more of it, and they didn't just make all zombies maps on it for the rest of eternity. They say lightning doesn't strike twice in the same place, and that is no more true than for Treyarch's magnum opus, and the masterpiece of the Call of Duty franchise as a whole. Black Ops 3 Zombies allows you to play however you want, when you want, and what you want. It just feels great. If you just want to have mindless fun, there's so many ways to do that. If you want to have a rich and engaging story experience with layered gameplay, oh yeah, there are ways to do that. Alone or with friends, Black Ops 3 Zombies will always be a gaming masterpiece. I want to say thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully I did a good job describing why I think Black Ops 3 Zombies is just so fucking amazing. I would love to hear some of your guys' personal Black Ops 3 Zombies memories. I know that, like, for myself, I was like, you know, a teenager when it came out. Now I'm a grown-ass man. So I know that some people have some great memories of playing with friends, and I would genuinely love to hear those in the comments and what made Black Ops 3 Zombies so special to you. Well, anyways, I'm gonna go attempt some round 100s and probably die and fail. Join the community Discord, Instagram, and Twitter, and follow my Spotify and Apple Music in the link in the description below. Just click all the links. Subscribe, like, and comment. Genuinely, it gives me the energy to keep making more videos like this. I've been Big Citrus, and have a damn good one.